Aren't you about the cutest thing in a row?
You're so sweet.
Good morning. It is 8:21 a.m. So we're trying to knock this intro out before the markets open. Anyways, last night, yesterday we promised ourselves today, this morning we would go to the gym. We didn't do that. We also didn't do that yesterday. So I kind of was thinking, babe.
What?
I need you to speak up so the mic can hear you. But for us to get to the gym in the morning, we have to get. Let me grab this. We would have to get up at 7:30. We get up right now at 7:30. We have to be up leave by 6:30, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that means we have to go to bed at least an hour earlier, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that instead of forcing it, right? Like instead of adjusting our schedule to fit working out, maybe we should adjust working out to fit our schedule.
How so?
I'm thinking maybe we just start going after you get out of work.
Yeah, I agree. But today we make hella candles.
Ooh.
So not today.
Not today, but at least because this way too, it'll make it so that we're in the habit at going like 6, 7 o'clock. Maybe we can even do 7 o'clock so we can actually do yoga.
True. That's a good idea.
And that way we're playing to our strengths because we're not going to go to bed an hour earlier.
Well, it's like so hard.
I know.
And when I get off at 6, then it's like winding down, eating dinner, winding down, and then anything we have to do at the peri-op. It's like already 10.
Yeah. And I actually like working out fasted, but it might be more important for us right now to just establish the habit.
Fair.
Right? All right, we're all on the same page. Y'all are more than welcome to work out with us at 7 p.m.s most days. Our goal is 3 times a week most days. Yoga 1 time a week most days. All right, now yesterday I asked you a question, and it was, how does this quote resonate with you, babe? And I want you to listen to this, but I don't want you to answer yet. I want you to answer it tomorrow, okay? It's, what wise men do in the beginning, fools do in the end. Leave a comment below. Think about it. Did that just blow your mind?
Yes.
Yeah, it blew my mind when I read it.
Say it again?
What wise men do in the beginning, fools do in the end. It's so strong. And I want to talk about that quote tomorrow for 2 reasons. One, because the videos are like 1 day behind, so this way it gives you guys time to leave a comment and possibly get it read in the video. But 2, I have something else on my mind, right? Because right now we're in 3 trades. We're in Live Nation, and if we win that, we'll make $12. Gap, if we win that, we'll make $12. And Nike, if we win that, we'll make $6. So that is 12, 24, 6. That's $30. And I'm stupid excited about $30. The potential to make $30 this week. Now you may be wondering, why are you excited to make $30 this week? Because if you do the math, I mean, even if I make it today, that's going to be 3 days of trading. That's 8 hours a day. So 16, 24?
100,000.
100,000 hours of work. No, it's like 24 hours of work. So I'm making about $1-ish, $1 and some change an hour. And you're right. And you're right. I am making about $1 an hour right now. But you're also wrong. You're also very, very wrong. And I promise we're going to talk about this in a second. It's just we have 3 minutes until the market's open. And I don't want to be late for work. We made it just in time for the opening bell. Don't worry, I will not be fired or let go again. Anyways, you're right. If I was to close out my trades and win on all of them today, I would make just over $1 an hour. But honestly, there's a good chance that these trades won't actually execute for a profit until later on this week. So we're going to be making less than $1 an hour. And to some people, that may be a bummer. But one of the greatest lessons I learned in trading that really flipped the switch in my mind was to stop thinking about the dollar amount. And there's 2 reasons for that. And they kind of blew my mind. You see, the first reason, and probably the one that will resonate the easiest, is that when you start trading and thinking of it in dollars, you start associating those trades with objects. For instance, if you're in a trade for $10, you're like, oh, I could have got a meal for that. Or, oh, $1,000, I could have bought an iPhone. Or, oh, $3,000, I could have done something epic with that money instead of losing it. So when you stop thinking about it like that and start thinking about percentages, you no longer have that association, that mental association and anxiety that comes along with those items. Because shoot, I would love a new phone. Look at this. This is the Google Pixel 1. It's like 4 years old. So when we start talking and start trading in the thousands of dollars, that's going to resonate hard with me. I'm sure it might resonate a little bit with you too. But the second reason is a good one too. A little bit of an update on the stocks before we get into this. Live Nation is trading at almost $73 this morning. Had a big spike. Gap, we have a bit of a drop, broke out of the hourly trend line, but with all the support underneath it, I'm not too worried about it. Nike, we're having a little bit of correction, especially not worried about this after an 11-hour run. We set a new TD sequential support resistance. We'll see how all this plays out. But yeah, reason number 2. Trading stocks is scalable. So if you think of trades in percentages and you continually use the same strategy, in theory, for you to make more money, all you have to do, the only thing you have to do differently is increase your position size. I'm gonna show you what I mean. All right, let's say you have a strategy, and right now you're trading with $100. And with that strategy, you are consistently making $10 a month. For you to make $20 a month, all you need to do is make trades using $200. You're using the same strategy, the same take profits, everything is exactly the same. You're making the same percentage, but to make more money, all you need to do is double the account size. Now this is scalable. This means technically we can grow our account indefinitely. As long as we're comfortable with our strategy and the amount of risk to reward that we are taking, for us to make more money, we simply need to trade more money. Keep in mind, y'all, I am not a financial advisor, but all the interviews and all the books I've read has said this is the way to go, especially for retail traders. And for me, this has helped more than you can imagine with my trading psychology. Understanding that the percentages are scalable, it gives me a lot more peace of mind because I understand that when I'm trading, that this transcends today. That for me to make a livable wage, I can do that with my trading strategy, especially once I start getting up into like the 20% a month, 30% a month. And I'm excited about that. And that's why, honestly, for the most part, when I'm thinking to myself, when I'm talking to myself or talking to my friends, I don't use dollar amounts. I talk about it all in percentages. Keep in mind as a retail trader that this doesn't include like ridiculous amounts of money. We're not talking about millions and millions of dollars being traded in like personally. We're talking about more for the retail trader, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. This does work from my understanding. I'm trading with $600 right now. But speaking of markets, speaking of percentages, it is now 10 p.m. and Nike, let's focus. Nike is down 0.25% or 0.04%. Gap is down 0.66%, and Live Nation is up 1.67%. Woo, that's exciting, especially considering yesterday Nike and Gap went on over 1% runs. So a little bit of a correction is to be expected, and I'm excited to see how this stock trades out throughout the day. But I can't really do anything, so I'm going to finish this video for Steph now. Just finished this Sagittarius video for the Steph Prism YouTube channel, and I look up and, yo, check this out. We hit a milestone. We are now over a $40 profit. I mean, I know we say don't talk about dollars. That's what this whole video is about. But it's cool. It's cool to hit a milestone, you know? So congratulations. It's probably going to drop under and then jump back up. But in the moment is the first time we hit this milestone. Anyways, it is now 11 o'clock. And there's a little bit of correction. Nike has jumped up to like 0.09% in the red. Gap has been flirting with like break even, and Live Nation just went parabolic. Live Nation is running. I drew out a trend line all the way up to the, the take profit, and if it passes that, we'll make a decision if we'll actually take profit there or let it run while it's in the trend line. We don't know. There's a huge amount of room from the entry we went into, our take profit, and then there's like a whole bunch of space between the take profit and the weekly resistance. We may just let it run. This is where the emotions get crazy. Went on a parabolic run. We broke the first parabolic trend, set a new one, and we're like 60 cents away from hitting our take profits. But the question is, like, what do you do? Emotions are running high. Do you just take the profits? We're about like 1.5%. Or do you let it run? Because it looks like we're about to lose this trend. But who knows? Maybe that just means we set a new hourly high. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. I will say this, looking at the hourly graph, I think I misdrawn the supports and resistance. It looks like all the resistance and supports that I drew were the weeklies. I try to anyways, the supports and resistance I have on Live Nation are about $5, and it looks like the daily is actually every 2.5. Because if you look like right here, that's 69.50. Right here, where we have like a history of bouncing off this, is 74.50. So the question is, like, what do you do? What do you do? I do know this. We're on a daily 3 candle. We broke above the resistance, the old resistance, and it looks like it's running. Oh, we could have a pullback for a couple hours or a couple days and then actually hit. But the question is the risk of the pullback worth like the potential gain we're missing out? We're talking about a few dollars. Well, we're talking about 0.5%, and potentially we could drop 2%. But then it's like, stick with your rules, stick with your trading system. If I would have stuck with my PayPal trade, if I would have stuck with my Rosh trade, I would have made 2% instead of making like 1.2%. I would have made 4% instead of like 1.2%. So Yeah. That's why we're trading with such a small account right now, because all these emotions are going through and all these thoughts are coming through with this small account. Imagine if we were trading hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm at. Also with Gap, we have a very indecisive day. Depending on what happens tomorrow, we'll decide if we lose the trend or not. But we are, as of right now, at a lower high, which would suggest a possible trend reversal. But today looks like it may close as a doji candle, which is indecision. Tomorrow we'll either confirm that or, yeah. So many emotions when you trade. Hour 30 minutes left in the market. All right, it is now 5 o'clock, 5:03 to be exact, and I hope you enjoyed that whole stream of consciousness. I only figured that it's fair that if I'm going to share videos, I share like the most authentic story, and I wanted to let you know that like we're all learning, we're all growing, and those emotions are a very real thing. That's what I believe is like the hardest part of trading. I don't think trading in itself is difficult. I think dealing with like that doubt, fear, greed, the 4 horsemen of trading, that's what makes trading difficult. Anyways, we decided to stay in the stocks. All of them. The reason is because none of the candles were giving a distinct like reversal, a distinct like sign that it's time to reverse. And I feel like it would be giving into my emotions, it would be giving into fear to close those trades. Now I may be wrong, but I mean, I don't know. All I do know is that in the past, when I've exited trades like this, exited early, I was bummed. I let myself down because I didn't stick with my plan, and they actually succeeded. So I sold myself short, and I think more often than not, I'm right. So I think it's more important that we just kind of stick these trades out and just go for the ride. Now I will say this though. Well, I'm gonna turn that way. I do not like my position sizes in all of these stocks. That's something to note in the future. I feel like I'm in these trades for too long. I want to trade off a system that has me out of trades much quicker. So I think in the future, I'll be a little bit more strict and trade off of the 1 hour graphs. I think that's going to be the best bet. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for hanging out with me. In the comments below, let me know what you would have done. Would you stay in the trade? Would you leave the trade? If it was your world, if it was your trade, what would you do? And while you're down there, hit the like button, subscribe, stay positive, and don't forget to do amazing things.